Hello YouTube, this is Thongger and today I am bringing you another Dawn of War 2 online commentary video. This game is a 2v2v2 team free for all on the White Walls of Calderis. In this game you have to hold victory points, and there are 6 victory points scattered throughout the map. Each team has 1 victory point in their base and there are 3 victory points in the center of the map. So this central arena on the map will be a big 3-way arena. Alright, so I have a tech marine hero. I'm not playing the apothecary, I wanted to try something new, and I am playing as the red space marines. My good friend Phoenix is playing as the black Eldar, and he is the Farseer as usual. We are the blue team. The purple team has Alex Steele. I'll just call him the green marine. He has the Dark Angels mod, so they can see his squad. His scout squads have the pretty cool kit, and his commander has a sweet looking helmet and a cape. So he's playing as the Dark Angels. He has the DLC, which gives the Dark Angels a reskin. If you ask me personally, they should have done it for the Space Wolves, but anyway, that I won't go into that. So anyway, there's a white Chaos player here. He has the Chaos Lord. So purple team has a very powerful hard hitting heroes, while me and Phoenix on the blue team have very support based heroes. Now the Imperial Guard player, the grey Imperial Guard player, is Doc Shade. I'll just call him Doc. He has the Lord General, and the I am Mr. I'll just call him. Oh my gosh, these guys are. I'll just call him the grey Chaos player with the sorcerer. This is gonna be quite confusing, but anyway, let's get right into things. Right. Anyway, the game kicks off with all the teams rushing for the central node. I am pulling out a second scout squad, not my usual tactical build. Phoenix has not pulled out. I think Phoenix had some issues moving at the start, so he was like, oh no, Phoenix, do something please, and he was like, I'm stuck, dude. I was like, oh crap. So anyway, purple marines bringing up, green marines bringing out a tactical squad, while white chaos is bringing out chaos marine squad as well, and grey chaos is bringing out another tactical squad, and Imperial Guard have cranked out another guardsman squad. So not sure you can see this, but here Phoenix is saying he's getting stuck. He's managing to move 1 unit, but his Farseer is a bit stuck. I was like, oh Phoenix, please do something. But he gets it sorted out sooner or later, but we are losing valuable time. So Phoenix finally gets unstuck here, and he starts moving in. But I've quickly capped this point and giving us a very early lead. In this game's it's not like in a 2v2 or a 3v3 victory point capture where you reduce enemies' points. Say you just get a point a second for every victory point you hold. So now I'm pushing my apothecary towards the center. I'm scouting. I am the first one there. I'm ignoring all these requisition points. I probably should have focused on building up our economy first. Anyway, I see Imperial Stormtrooper squad here with a Sentinel, my scout. I lose a scout, and I have no choice but to get out of there with a Sentinel backing. My scouts have no answer to it. Meanwhile, my tacticals, I am going to push for the center real fast. My tech marine is already capping a point. Green player still not near enough to stop my guy from capping, so this is going to give me and Phoenix an early lead. While I secure the center, Phoenix is capping all our requisition points to build up our economy, and we're starting to pump up power nodes as well. I am pulling out my tactical squad. So I have 2 scout squads and a tactical squad. Chaos player is bringing out another Chaos Marine squad. I'm bringing out a Devastator squad, and the green Chaos is bringing out another Chaos tactical squad. There is some skirmishing going on over here. Chaos Lord is just pummeling that dude over there, but white Marines forced to retreat from grey. They're both white. Oh gosh. But anyway, this green sorcerer player team managed to repel the purple chaos player, and Dark Angels are pushing for the middle, and Phoenix and I are moving to bunker the central building. We see this force of marines and scouts over here. Phoenix micro error sent his scouts in without any cover, and he loses a ton of guardians. This guardian squad is forced to retreat. My marines are catching his guys in a crossfire over here. Phoenix's guardians are forced to retreat under pressure from the force commander, the power sword. I hit these tacticals with a Kraken bolt and forced them back. Meanwhile, Imperial Guard players, green team is pushing up with the Chaos Marines and the Sentinel. With my Marines, I'm just kiting this force commander and I force him to retreat. So now the green team is pushing hard on our flank with a huge guardsman force supported by Chaos Marines, and me and Phoenix are horribly outnumbered. He deploys a weapons team and starts suppressing these Imperial Guard. Although the Sentinel is pushing forward to try and hammer the weapons team, although he's used up his War Storm, and now Phoenix is hacking at it with his Farseer, and his Farseer does bring it down. So horrible loss to the Imperial Guard player. Sentinels are very expensive and you can't really afford to be losing Sentinels in the early game. And now these guardsmen are really getting suppressed and hammered. I think they do cap the point. Yes, they do cap the point, but have no choice but to retreat. So Phoenix just recaps the point for the blue team. You know, my Devastators are getting chased about. I'm setting up a teleporter relay beacon over here, but my guys are really getting hammered by this Chaos Force, and this Sorcerer is not letting my dude set up. Although Phoenix hammers him with his weapons team, although a grenade blast sends my guys hurling backwards, and I have no choice but to pull my Devastators back. Meanwhile, Phoenix does set his weapons team up again and starts suppressing these Chaos Filth. And the green Chaos player is forced to retreat from because his guys are suppressed. They had no answer to Phoenix's weapons team, although they have their own weapons team over here, and Phoenix almost loses his Farseer. We did break down the Chaos Sorcerer, and now Phoenix is gonna inch his weapons team forward, maybe try and get in a range, but I lost the scout squad somewhere. I'm gonna try and upgrade my scouts with the sniper to try and bring down his weapons team. I have gone for 2 tactical squads I had auto build on, so for some obscure reason I had 2 Devastator squads, and I'm not a huge fan of getting 2 Devastator squads because of the rigid immobility of the army. But so I was like, oh, where's all my requisition going? And all it went into my Devastator squad. So me and Phoenix have very little requisition right now. He's pulling out a Howling Banshee. The Chaos player has tech and is cranking out a Blood Crusher. Meanwhile, my scouts over here are being suppressed, although these guardsmen are caught in a crossfire and are getting hammered. They try to bunker the central building, although they are being hammered on all sides by my dudes. Oh, meanwhile, Purple Marine is pushing up here, putting on the bubble shield and pulling back, but my tacticals are hammering away at his shield. Meanwhile, I have a Devastator squad hammering these guys over here, cutting down these guardsmen, while the weapons team is hammering our dudes. So purple team has a foothold here, green team has a foothold here, and this point is still being contested. Imperial Guard Lord General is pushing up with his stormtroopers and cutting down these guardians who don't have any cover, and huge force of Marines and heretics over here pushing up. Weapons team is getting really hammered by guardsman weapons team over here, so Phoenix is gonna have to pull back, although my heavy bolter squad is there to provide covering fire. And these guys, they do hit my guys with a grenade blast, which sends them hurtling back and gives them time to set up. So me and Phoenix, I don't want to lose any more dudes, so we have no choice but to retreat. I have my sniper team set up here. They get a shot off but don't kill anyone. I have tactical marines providing covering fire. And now my guys are really getting hammered because this is not the place I want to be. So I have to... yes, I lose a Devastator squad there, which is really annoying. I'm very bad at micromanaging 2 weapons teams, so my guys are getting butchered over here. I'm setting up a turret to provide some support. So support from the turret, I'm suppressing these Chaos Filth over here with a turret, and Phoenix's Farseer, we push these Chaos Filth back. So heavy fighting going on in the middle. All teams are pushing for the center at the same time. Purple Marines have a strong foothold, preventing my scouts from capping this point. Devastators are locking down this side. They have no Assault Marines on site, but they are pulling out Assault Marine squad. Actually, they do have Assault Marines, so I have to be very careful here because I don't have any close quarter defense units. Yeah. So anyway, green team is pushing forward again. White Marines did go up against Guardsmen, forced to pull back. Which team does this belong to? This color scheme is really confusing me. I can't tell which. Anyway, purple team. This is the purple team's Blood Crusher. I have no idea why it's green. But anyway, Guardsmen are pushing up with plasma rifles, and they are gonna give my tactical marines a real hammering. They have 6 plasma guns and are really butchering my guys, so I'm forced to pull back. My tech marine, he has no upgrades. He has the consecrated bolter, which is effective against light infantry, and it's a pretty powerful weapon in his own right, but nothing fantastic. So anyway, Phoenix is fast, so you're getting a bit caught out of cover there, getting hammered by Guardsman squad. So Phoenix is gonna pull her back a bit and set up this weapons team to get these Guardsmen. These Guardsmen are moving forward with another weapons team, but Phoenix does try to rush his guys forward, although Imperial Guard pull out an auto cannon. I tell Phoenix not to rush forward, but his Banshees are charging without any cover, and they get mauled, and he has no choice but to retreat. Banshees cannot charge out in the open and attack a deployed infantry line. He does get a grenade in to hammer this weapons team, although they had some pretty good weapon resistance. He hurls another grenade in, hammers them, although they're being pretty tough to kill. Although I have a sniper team hammering them. They have upgraded the auto cannon, so they cannot suppress anymore. And my sniper team is just whittling them down. They have no answer to my sniper team right now. So just one more shot, and come on. Pew, there we go. No more weapons team. So my tech marine is getting a beating, so I have no choice but to pull back. My heavy bolter squad does suppress this guy, and will force them back. You know, I have no idea what this Blood Crusher is doing at the moment. Anyway, purple team is still pretty inactive. Anyway, both green team and the purple team have, this is the green one's the purple team's Blood Crusher. So both teams have pulled out Blood Crushers and are going at it with one another. Imperial Guard player has put down a heavy turret. It was hammering these guys over here. So my tacticals and deciding to hammer this thing, and I was like, as long as the turret doesn't open fire on us, and assault marines diving into the fray of support of the Blood Crusher. Or I can't tell who is who. Anyway, I think the Blood Crusher was the green teams. So anyway, assault marines sort of outnumbered over here, losing numbers fast, will be forced to pull back. Turret is still hammering this side, but doesn't have a good angle on these marines. Does get one of them, so that's a good shot. And now the turret is turning around to face us, and I was like, oh crap, that thing is coming. But Phoenix rushes his Banshees in. My marines have good cover, and the Banshees come in and just rip this thing apart. You know, I have pulled out a Dreadnought of my own. My tech marine will make my Dreadnought really hard to kill as long as I can keep repairing it. They do have a rocket squad here, so I have to be very careful about that. So I'm sending my scouts forward to spot for my troops, and I see this little force, and I'm pretty confident I can take it on. So my scouts got detected right there, so I'm gonna push forward, and I have my tacticals setting up. My devastators are moving in the bunker. Meanwhile, Phoenix is gonna sweep around on this side. Although he comes across a pretty significant chaos force. Meanwhile, my marines are pushing forward right here. This force commander does have the power fist and is very hard. He does stun my Dreadnought, and I rapidly try and repair my Dreadnought. I'm asking Phoenix to support my Dreadnought right here, and I upgrade my Dreadnought with the assault cannon. Meanwhile, the Chaos player has pulled out a Dreadnought of his own, and we are trying to bog it down with superior numbers. Phoenix's Banshees are very effective against it with their power weapons as long as it doesn't focus on them. Chaos Dreadnought is going for my own Dreadnought. My Dreadnought will lose in a one-on-one fight because I gave him the other weapon, and this thing has lightning claws, mark of corn claws. But I'm repairing my Dreadnought, and I'm hammering it from all sides. I'm just gonna kite with my Dreadnought, and this thing is way ahead of itself, without any support at all. So Banshees are just gonna hammer it. I'm gonna kite it. My Dreadnought does take a severe beating. It does try to fight back against the Banshees, but kills one Banshee. But my marines and the Banshee support, we just tear this thing down. So a huge loss for the green team Chaos. They invested loads, but they really threw that Dreadnought away. So anyway, this is the purple team's Blood Crusher tearing into into the green teams. These color schemes are so confusing. And a huge fray going on over here. Blood Crusher just tearing into everything. Phoenix throwing in some grenades for good measure. Kill the Chaos Heretic. Meanwhile, heavy assault cannon ripping up these heretics. Chaos Lord just chilling out, watching what's going on. Huge fray going on here. Green team triumphant over the purple team. Coming up to face Phoenix and I. Banshees come into the fray. Guardsmen have no answer for that. They kill a couple of heretics, and these guys have no answer and are forced to pull back. So Dreadnought, still pretty battered, but Tech Marine is repairing it. Dreadnought just chilling in the middle. So Tactical Marines, I have a pretty small force. I have 2 Tactical Marine squads, one with a rocket launcher, the other with a plasma rifle, and a Devastator squad. So I'm relying on my Dreadnought to keep enemy melee units away. Dreadnought still can fight pretty well in a melee, but not without support. Phoenix has melee support that I need. He has his Banshees, and he is reinforcing at this teleporter relay. So this point is really useful for us because it means Phoenix and I do not need to run all the way back to our base. So this is a little safe haven for us, and it allow our dudes to heal as well. Yeah, it has a pretty good regeneration bonus, so which is pretty sweet, and we have support from this Tarantula turret over here. So my scouts watching this flank for me. Huge purple force amassing here with Marines and Chaos Space Marines. The green team is massing here. They have a Manticore. I probably would have gone with Ogrins, but we're pretty well entrenched, so artillery is probably a good option as well. This Chaos player has pulled out a second Dreadnought and is upgraded with missiles and really tearing into my dudes over here. My guys are out of cover. Autarch comes into the fray. Phoenix's Autarch comes in and starts giving these guys a real beating, hacking down these heretical scum. Almost lose a tactical squad here. These tacticals have good cover and are fighting well in the fray. Wraith Guard coming up to support. Phoenix's weapons teams are suppressing this huge blob, and the Wraith Guard are going to open fire and start tearing these guys apart. The Dreadnought is getting hammered. Our guys do get hit by artillery barrages. So the Dreadnought is isolated and getting hammered by Wraith Guard, and we're not going to let it get away. Phoenix's Autarch is going to pursue it. Does it get away? It has 16 hit points and power 10 hit points. No, it's going to get 3 hit points. Oh, one more hit, Phoenix. Oh, come on. Kill it. 1 health, 1 health. Yes, and Dreadnought goes down. Second Dreadnought to go down on the purple team. Meanwhile, they have capped our point here and are just being annoying and attacking our generator. Phoenix is going to pull some troops back to deal with that, I think, while I hold the center. Meanwhile, me and Phoenix are lagging behind on the victory points. We have 1 victory point. Green team has 2, purple team has 2. We are leading score wise, but it won't be for long with only 1 victory point. So meanwhile, I'm moving to secure this point right over here. Scouts are screening my lines for me. Both teams have pretty huge armies right here. Blood Crusher got isolated and getting hammered by Wraith Guard. Doesn't stand much of a chance. Should have moved it. Now it's just getting butchered by the Wraith Guard. And the Blood Crusher goes down. So the purple team, both teams are throwing away expensive walker units right here. Although these guys are pulling out a Land Raider, and a Predator as well. So purple Marines investing heavily in super vehicles. I see this Predator come out. I'm like, oh crap. Phoenix's Wraith Guard right on it though, and starts hammering this thing from the side. Predator way overextended, has no support nearby, and just gets absolutely mauled. So huge investment, 500 requisitions or something like that, and over to about 150 power. I just lost a vehicle. Me and Phoenix I've only lost a couple of squads. So anyway, Assault Marines coming into the fray. Really didn't jump on anything much. Tearing into my dudes, getting suppressed by turret. Jumped into the range of turret, and now Assault Cannon ripping these guys apart. Phoenix's Banshees completely ripped this Assault Marine squad apart. They had absolutely no support. Their force commander went down, tried to charge Devastator squad from front, and just got absolutely massacred. So they have to revive him, more requisition spent. Meanwhile, Land Raider here, absolutely no support. Are still very deadly in his own right, so me and Phoenix are pondering how we're gonna tackle this huge beast right here. You know, Autarch getting ganged up on by some Bloodletters and going up against the Chaos Sorcerer. Yep, Autarch does beat the Chaos Sorcerer, almost kills him. Does the Autarch get the kill? Does she? Oh, she's getting so close. I think the neck to neck. No, Chaos Sorcerer does get away. You know, force of Marines over here harassing our lines, doing some gen bashing. I'm setting my rocket launcher forward. Rocket launcher won't do much against a land raider that pretty much kills everything in its path. Land raider is a mobile base that you can fall back to. It turns its assault cannons around and starts ripping my guys a new one. Assault Marines have bad my Marines have bad positioning. Phoenix's Banshee's getting hammered by Flamers, getting absolutely mowed down. The Flamer's great for close quarter defense. Dreadnought coming into the fray. Tech Marine hurling the Orb of Messiah that will disable this thing. Although I think I do disable my own Vico as well. Yes, Dreadnought is disabled by my own grenade, but so is his Land Raider. So while the Land Raider is busy, oh my camera, gonna hammer these tacticals who have no cover with my dudes. Vicos are back into play right here. As it turns around the dealer of my Marine threat, Phoenix hits it from behind with his Wraith Guard. And his Farsi is hacking it from behind. So now Land Raider has absolutely no support. Marines forced away. This thing cannot retreat because it's surrounded. And it is going to go down. Come on, just die. And my frame rates are rapidly dropping. Boom! There goes Land Raider dead. So that Land Raider is down. Brought down by pretty much combined arms. Anyway, Chaos player is pushing up on this side with a pretty substantial force of Marines and Heretics supported by the Sorcerer. Our opponents have really thrown away too many units in this game. Marine has had a huge army, only has tacticals left, and why are my frame rates dropping so much? Anyway, so this huge force of Marines getting hammered by my Dreadnought, and Devastators caught in a huge crossfire, have no hope of reaching this wall of bullets with no Vico support, but they just kept throwing away too many of their Vicos. They've thrown away too many Dreadnoughts, too many Walkers. Imperial Guard player does still have pretty substantial force. Has his Manticore over here, some Dreadnoughts, but probably some Dreadnoughts, Ogres probably would have been better investing some Catachans for some reason, but I wouldn't have gone for Catachans. I would have maybe upgraded and tried to get a Lehman Russ. He is at tier 3. He has so much power. Don't see why he couldn't have gotten a Lehman Russ or even a Bane Blade at that. Yeah, all teams have tons and tons of power because not much gen bashing has gone on, and that's why the Green Marine had the chance to pull out his humongous Land Raider. You know, me and Phoenix on the blue team were losing tons and tons of our points over here. Green team just stealing all our points from under us. But me and Phoenix, we have the center, and we haven't really lost too many units, so we can sort of afford the harm to our economy right now as long as we hold the center. So we are just fortifying the center all evermore. Purple and green teams just skirmishing with one another. All other teams have lost tons and tons of units. Manticore is moving up way beyond its own infantry support lines. Green player, his infantry is scattered all throughout my own lines behind our bases. Manticore is moving up, shooting at this Chaos Lord. Manticore is armed with a heavy bolter, but I think can I suppress? I'm not sure, but actually does some pretty good damage. Meanwhile, green team has moved his bloodletters up and does butcher this squad of Chaos Marines. So purple player really doesn't have all that much. Has one Chaos Dreadnought, has a Blood Crusher and Heretic squad, but no tactical Marines. Meanwhile, Phoenix and my dudes were all really high level. Level 3 Scout squad, level 3 Tac squad, level 3 Devastator squad, level 3 Dreadnought, and level 2 Tac squad. So like, yeah, so like my level 3 tactical squad has 100 more health than level 2 tactical squad, and now this Manticore has moved up way beyond his own has absolutely no support. It's just launching a missile barrage, but it's even shooting range, already being hammered by Shuriken Cannon weapon team. My missile squad arrives, and this thing has absolutely no support. Oh yeah, Wraith Guard are being butchered by demons, has to pull out. Phoenix calls in his Autarch again. Wraith Guard does pull back. These guys try to go for my tech marine, although trusty Dreadnought is there with the sword cannon to slaughter those guys, and that is pretty much game over right there. So anyway, that is the game. So what mistakes did my opponents make? Threw away too many units, sent heavy expensive walkers in without any support, lost way too many units, didn't really have an answer for our infantry. Probably would have gone for more vehicles if I was them, because me and Phoenix didn't have, well, green team player did have vehicles, but didn't support his vehicles at all. He put out some of the most powerful units in the game, and they put out 2 dreadnoughts as well. Me and Phoenix, our armies are pretty small actually, so we had a clear strategy: just hold the middle, hold the middle, hold the middle. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this 2v2, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm out.